And the boiler would have to start up as soon as I went live, wouldn't it? Oh dear. Right. Well, hopefully that'll finish in a minute. Alright. The perils of live broadcasts. Anyway. Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. I'm Rich, and this is Rich's Rides and Restorations. So a few weeks ago, the channel hit 333 subscribers, and I promised to do a question and answer session where people can submit their questions, and about projects, about stuff I'm doing, and so on. It's been a few weeks since then. Unfortunately, things come up. Life happens. I've had well, boiler's finally quieting down now. I've had a few things come up with like family and work, and this is just a hobby of mine. I'm not a full-time pro YouTuber, but thank you for waiting until I could to do this, and that's one of the reasons why I've been putting out more of the kind of the shorts videos in the meantime, just because that's all I've had time to do. But rest assured, there are projects in the pipeline, and we'll get to them in due course. So if you do have any questions, any comments, etc., do put them down in the chat, and we can cover them as we go. I'm expecting people to maybe drop in and out of the live stream, but I've got questions that have been submitted in advance, so I'll try to go through those. Right, let's see if there's any questions in the chat. So nothing yet. Well, I'll just put a message in the chat. Right. Technology, eh? Right, so first questions. First question is from Steve Arnold on the dismantling a 50-year-old bike video I did, and Steve asks, what size ball bearings are in the headrace? Now, the ball bearings that I use on my restorations are weld tight ones. You get them in packs like this. I usually get them from like Amazon or somewhere, and I'll usually replace bearings when I'm doing a restoration, unless they're in like pretty good nick. you know, if they're not like, you know, if they've been barely worn or something. But I'll try to replace, because bearings are cheap, and you know, saves you having to take it apart again to put new ones in. So in a Raleigh headset, the bearings that they use are the 5/32 inch bearings. So there's usually 24 or 25 of those in each race on a rally bike. Incidentally, the bearings in a front wheel hub are usually 3/16 of an inch, and the ones in a bottom bracket are 1/4 of an inch. So that's why I've got all different sizes around. So if you've got like a you know, a Sturmey Archer, and you've got different you want to replace the bearings in those, you usually have to get a Sturmey Archer specific bearing cage. The bearings, I believe, are 1/4 inch, but there's a specific sized bearing cage that fits in the hub races. So you have to, you know, get specific ones like that. It's always the same with kind of proprietary stuff, isn't it? You can't just put a generic bearing cage in, but yeah. Oh well. So that's the answer to that. So hopefully that is, you know, useful to anyone wondering about that. Now, Body Right asks on my video about how to lubricate Sturmey Archer hubs and re-grease them. It's starting up again. What's the rubber cap that you can open for? So there's two ways you can lubricate a Sturmey Archer hub. The first is when you assemble it, you can pour oil into the top. It's usually like a teaspoon of oil when you're assembling it, and then the bearing races are lubricated with grease, not oil, and you certainly don't put grease in the mechanism. Now on the outside of the Sturmey Archer shell there is a little cap. You can see that. Let me there's a little cap that you can open. See that? And then if the hub is, you know, in regular use, you put in basically just a couple of drops of oil like every couple of weeks into the mechanism. And what I usually do to do that is I have a little like plastic syringe, which I can't see right now, but yeah, basically a little like dropper syringe that goes up to only like 5 milliliters. It's really quite small. Similar to you know, if you're taking your pet to the vet or something and they give you some like antibiotics and stuff like that, it's a tiny little syringe that you draw out, something like that, and that's quite handy just for like squeezing it in, you know, through the little cap. And as I say, you just do that every couple of weeks, just to you know, just to keep it topped up, because the grease will like work, you know, and the oil will work its way out, you know, eventually. But yeah, that's all you have to do. And of course you don't have to clean the mechanism because it's not exposed like a chain, you know, or, you know, derailleur and stuff like that would be. So yeah. Incidentally, this is one of the wheels that came from that haul of bike parts I got the other day. So this is, I believe, 1973. Let's find the date on it. Where's the date stamp? There's it. 1974. Yeah, so March 1974. It's an AW hub. Slightly different design to the one on my Hercules commuter. That's an AW hub from 1982 or 81. And you see, you've got on this 70s hub, you've got these like ridges and stuff, whereas on the later one it's plain. So so this wheel I got without parts. It's got a solid tyre. It's got a oh, I mean, it's perished a bit, so it wouldn't be that great. And it's damaged on one side. Where's the logo? So it's a 26 by 1.375, and it's a green commuter by Green Tims or something. Yeah, it's a bit spongy. But I mean, so that might not be very useful, but interesting. I've not seen a solid tyre on these before. But the hub needs a bit of work because it doesn't engage in either direction. So it's got with that, just like there's no sound or anything. So I'm probably gonna have to take that apart and fully service the insides, because it's, you know, the freewheel's not engaging at all with the mechanism. So that'll be a future video coming up. So yes, plus I've got the two other wheels that I had were the 4-speed dynohubs. So these are, ooh, they're a bit stiff, but hopefully I can get those cleaned up. You can see I've got it's rather messy. But yeah, so these are from 1951, I want to say. Yeah, 1951, and the month stamp, I think that's an 8. It's very faint, but yeah, so 1951. So that'll be nice to do as well. Because I've done a 3-speed dynohub, but not a 4-speed dynohub. If you want to see me overhauling a 3-speed dynohub, there is a video on the channel that you can look at. So next question. Just go have a quick look in the chat, see if anyone's put any comments in there. Not yet. Please do feel free to ask questions. Yeah. So just looking for the next question. So Nadine asks on my live stream video of wheel building when I was doing the 40 spoke rear wheel build. She asks, where can I get those Raleigh wheel building notes available to download? So when I did that live stream, I was following the official, you know, Raleigh instructions on how to do it. So from the 50s. So I downloaded these, and basically I went through it on the live stream, so you can watch that back if you want to see me try to, you know, interpret these old instructions. You know, she asks where are those available to download. So I got those from a website called Sturmey Archer Heritage.com. This is very useful. It's got like old diagrams, instructions. history of you know, different models of like hubs and things, so you can have a look on there and you know, download the instructions. And of course the I've put the link direct to that file in my in the description on the 40 spoke rebuild live stream, so you can have a look at that if you're, you know, trying to build rally style wheels for the first time. So Paul Whitcomb on my video about fitting new brakes, crankset and toe straps to my Rally Winner, which is down here. I might show that later if you want to see it. He asks, what kind of grease do you use on the pedals? Now, for when I'm fitting stuff, I use kind of standard copper ease that you get in a big tub from Halfords. So I use this on anything that, you know, like threads and stuff that, you know, you don't want to stick on seat posts and things. So I use that for when, you know, when fitting the pedals, you know, to stop those threads seizing up. It's good stuff. It lasted me years, this. It really goes quite far. And I think that was only maybe like £5 or something when I got it, so yeah. And then for bearing lubrication, I use either kind of TF2 bearing grease, or I use this like Halfords Teflon bike grease. Yeah, it's like pink stuff, you know, you see it in various videos, kind of Teflon grease. So I use that for bearing lubrication. I've just run out actually. So I need to get some more of that. I also have a big tube of lithium grease as well. It's kind of a big cartridge of lithium grease, which I also use for bearing lubrication as well, if I need a lot of it to like kind of pack into a bottom bracket. So yeah, so next question is Dave asks on my how to lubricate Sturmey Archer hubs. He says, you mentioned using lawnmower oil for the body of the mechanism. How much oil is required after a degrease, and at what stage do you add it? Well, I mean, it's a very good question. I mean, the type of oil I use is you know, lawnmower and engine oil, because it needs SAE 20 oil, and you add that when you're coming back to the reassembly. So where's my prop again? So when you're reassembling the hub and you're about to screw this top mechanism back in, ignore the cog, but you know, before you fit the cog and everything, when you're screwing the top back into the body, before you do that, you add like 2 teaspoons worth of oil. So it's about 10 milliliters. So you can either like squirt it with a syringe or a couple of teaspoons. You just pour it over the mechanism before you put the cap on, and do that. And well, if you forget to do that, what you can do afterwards is add it through the hole in the hub. But yeah, usually you pour it over the mechanism, all the like the planetary gears and stuff, before you seal the unit. I mean, give it a good spin and rotate the mechanism and everything to get it applied to all the different bits and pieces. But yeah, I mean, one thing to bear in mind is like once you've put the oil in, don't leave it on the hub on its side too much, because it will seep through the axle and possibly flush out the grease that you've put in the bearing races. So try to keep the the wheels kind of upright once you've put oil in. So yes. So our next question is. So Cameron Burke asks on my cleaning a 70-year-old bike video, he asks, that workshop apron is great. Where's it from? I'm a grub and I always get dirty. Yeah, this, yeah, I'm the same. Yeah, I mean, I've only just come in to do a video and I've had to put it on because I just know that I'm going to pick up stuff and, like, you know, wipe my top, and yeah, don't want it stuff going everywhere. So the apron, I got it from Amazon, and it's a Land 4 canvas work apron. It's kind of made from like dark jean material. It's kind of semi-waxed and stuff, I think. I think it's actually like a barber's apron and stuff, but it's really quite good. I'll see, just tilt the camera, see if you can. So it's got all sorts of. I'll just focus. There we go. So it's got all sorts of like pockets and things, like all the way down. So it's got loads of compartments that you can put your tools in and things. It's got a little hoop that you can like pass like a mallet or something through and just have on there. It's got leather straps that, you know, goes down and round. It's really, you know, really quite comfortable, really quite secure. And yeah, I mean, it is washable. You have to like wash it on kind of very low temperatures if you do want to wash it. But since it's a workshop apron, it's meant to take the dirt off me or prevent the dirt getting onto me. So I don't really wash it all. And because it's dark, you don't really see the dirt anyway. So that was, as I say, that was off Amazon, and I think it was about £16 when I got it. Oh, I've just had a quick look now on the link. It's £20 now, but it was pretty good, and I think it was about half the price of like the muck off or the Park Tool ones, which, I mean, they're just aprons anyway, and you know, they just have like a pouch, a single pouch in them. They don't have the leather straps or the little holder ring thing, as far as I know. So yeah, pretty good value for money, and you know, no regrets on that front. So yeah, so yeah, so I'll just go to the next pre-submitted question. If you're watching, if you've got any questions about stuff, you know, stuff I'm doing, about the workshop, about projects, about me, about the channel, you know, do stick them in the chat. Right, so do you sell any of your restoration projects? I've been looking for a 3-speed Sturmey Archer, and that's from MAB on my video for about restoring the worst condition bike hub video that I've done. So the truth is, I've not actually sold any bikes recently. I did sell a couple of bikes that I did before starting this channel. So when I was just kind of getting into restorations, the first projects I did was a 1987 Peugeot Leader Swift. So it was a youth bike, like 48 centimeter frame, 24-inch wheels. It was really nice bike. I mean, if you think of your, you kind of those like the Peugeot Triathlons and other similar bikes. It was like that, just slightly smaller because it was it was aimed for kids or very small or very small adults really. So actually, it was a pretty good size for me. If I'm but I also got the Raleigh winner at the same time, and I had those two, and I restored them both, and one of my friends was getting into cycling for the first time, and I sold them the Peugeot, since the Raleigh winner was a slightly better fit for me, and well, unfortunately that Peugeot got stolen about 3 weeks later. So that's a shame. I mean, people are just shameless. So, but yeah, it was a nice bike. I might do a brief video about it because I do have some pictures of it from the restoration. No videos or whatever though. So I might do a very short video presentation about that and about what I did to get it. It was a bit of a difficult restoration because halfway through I broke my collarbone, and it took that took time to heal, which slowed down the restoration process. But as soon as I was healed, I finished it off, got it sold, and then it got stolen. Oh dear. So yeah, that's the only one I've sold yet. I mean, I've got several bikes that I've done or are almost done, and I think once I've finished like the Dawn Tourist, that's the kind of the main one really. Once I've finished doing that, and maybe doing that kind of that mystery rally bike that I got a few weeks ago. Once I've done that, I'll look at kind of reviewing the fleet and selling the ones that I don't want anymore. Basically, I think I'll sell the ones that are a bit too big for me to ride, because I'm quite short. I'm only 5'4", so a lot of the older rally bikes, unless it's a ladies model, they're a little bit big for me. But we'll find out once they're done and all back together. So yes, and of course, if I do get come around to selling any, I'll put something on the channel, let you know. Incidentally, I do have. Oh, excuse me. Incidentally, I do have a Facebook page which I also post information on. So that's facebook.com/Rich's Rides and Restorations. Of course, there'll be a link in the description of this later. And I also have an Instagram page, and there's a fly in here. That's not a fly, that is a wasp. Oh, that is a couple of wasps. Okay. I'm just going to open the door. Don't know where they've come from. I hope there's not a wasp nest in here. Go on, waspies. Anyway. Right, so before I was rudely interrupted by these wasps. So yeah, I do have an Instagram page. So look me up on there. Again, Rich's Rides and Restorations. There's oh, come on. Oh, waspy, out you go. Fucking hell. That's not what you want on it. Come on. Oh dear. How are these things gonna... It must have come in through a hole. So. I'll be back in a moment. Right, so just leave the door open. Hopefully our guests will leave in a moment. So, perils of live television. Come on. Get away from the lights. Get away from me. Right. Oh dear. Right. I don't like doing that, but coming straight for me. Oh dear. Right. So, motorcycle asks on my video I did about the Dunlop Schrader Woods valve adapter. It says, can you show more of the adapters? Well, if you'd like to see more demonstration of the different adapters, I don't actually have it to hand, but it was a box that had like 16 different adapters in it. There was like a Prester to Schrader adapter, Schrader to Prester, Dunlop Woods to Schrader. So yeah, I can go through those different adapters and things in a future video. So I'm just checking the chat for more questions. So Jamie asks, he's just got a rear wheel, but that's got a dynamo hub on it, but it has a broken, the plastic cover on it is broken. So, and what he's talking about is, so this is the 1951 FG dyno hub, and you see it's got a plastic cover in the middle instead of a metal one. So that's that, and then I have another FG hub from the same year. And that, can't really tell because of the dirt, and a metal cover, even though these are from the same year. So Jamie asks, I broke the plastic dynamo cover. Do you know anyone who can get a new plastic cover? And well, what I suggested was that you that Jamie, or indeed anyone who has any questions about old Raleighs and restoring them, or where to get new bits for them and stuff, I highly suggest, if you're on Facebook, going on there and go to the Raleigh Roadster Owners Club, also known as the Raleigh Superb Owners Club. There's got lots of members, thousands of members, who are very knowledgeable about all things rally, and you know, some of them may have you know, spare bits and pieces. Until recently, I didn't, you know, I'd never had a dyno hub that had a you know, plastic piece on it. The only one I had previously was the 1956 AG hub from Sturmey Archer, the 3-speed dyno hub, which has the metal inserts from 1956. And then when I got a load of other bits, you know, I got the two FG hubs from 1951, one with a metal insert in the middle and one with a plastic one. I mean, if you can't get hold of the new one, well, I was going to suggest you could maybe 3D print one, or get someone to 3D print a new one, or try some kind of epoxy resin, or you know, try to cast it if you can. It's worth a try. It probably won't be as good as the original, but I mean, those are options, unless you can get you know, a spare off someone, or you know, find another broken hub and strip it for bits. So yeah, so as I say, check out the Raleigh Roadster Owners Club over on Facebook, and give that a look. So yeah, so just looking through questions. So that's it really for the questions so far. So as I say, if you're in the chat, if you got any questions, stick them in there. If you're watching this live stream, you know, after the broadcast, you know, please always feel free to put questions in the in the comments. I'll always, you know, try to, you know, answer as quickly as possible. And yeah, so thank you very much for joining me this afternoon. If you do have any, if you do have any comments, questions, suggestions about the projects, about the channel, about yeah, anything else I do, please do get in touch. One question actually that has come up, which hasn't been asked in the comments, is how do I produce these videos? Well, I'm very much on a budget. You know, I say this isn't a you know, I'm not a professional mechanic or, you know, professional like YouTuber. I have a full-time job and other responsibilities, so this is just a hobby, kind of, you know, documenting stuff, you know, that I do. So when I started out doing videos, I started out with just kind of a basic action cam. So I got the for a birthday present, I got the Akaso EK7000 Pro action cam as a present. So the first couple of videos that I did, if you go all the way back to the, you know, to the first videos I did on this channel of me restoring some pedals and things, that was filmed using an action cam and a chest mount. It was me like stood here, you know, fiddling away and like on the workshop bench. Oh. The WASP back. There we go. Oh dear, that was scary. Don't like. So yeah, doing you know, restorations. So with that, and then I took the video off there and I used on my PC using like Windows Movie Maker to kind of stitch it together. And then even though it was only like a half-hour video, my PC would take about 4 hours to export the video, which was very poor really. It didn't have a proper graphics card or anything like that. I say on a bit of a budget. So that's how I started. So I did a couple of videos doing that. Then I got a new phone. So I got a new iPhone, and I started filming stuff. Excuse me, filming stuff on there. And then using, oh, now the boiler started up. And then using like iMovie on my phone to like do like video editing and stuff. So most of the videos I did over the first year of the channel were either done on the action cam or on my mobile phone and edited on there. And then in September last year I got an iPad as a birthday present. It's like an iPad Mini, so I couldn't quite spring for the iPad Pro or stuff like that. And then what I would do was film using my phone, as I'm doing. I'm using my phone at the moment, and then transfer the videos either using iCloud or using what do you call it, AirDrop, to transfer things over to the iPad, and I would you know, edit the videos using iMovie on there, and yeah, it's perfectly good. You might be able to, if you rewatch the videos, you might be able to see a quality jump. I hope you see a quality jump when I shifted over to doing do it on the iPad, and then more recently I've just got a new laptop, so I'm going to be trying to do editing on there rather than the iPad, so hopefully that will improve future videos coming up. But yeah, it's very much getting new kind of, you know, new equipment kind of as I go, because I say this is a hobby, it's not a career or anything, so you know, and I certainly don't get any money, you know, donations or anything, so it's pretty much you know, what I can spare, and you know, kind of upgrade things as I go. Maybe I'll do a more you know, maybe I'll do a more of a video on that in future. Oh, and someone has asked in chat, Neil Hamilton asks or says, my Dawn Tourist X is oldest bike I've ever had and love it. Definitely a keeper, 1935. Brilliant. Well, yeah, I mean the oldest bike that I've had is my the Raleigh ladies bike from 1940. So yeah, that Dawn Tourist X is you know, it's pretty good find. So yeah, I hope you enjoy you know, riding that and you know, and sprucing that up. So yeah, my Dawn Tourist is still in bits really. I'll just so yeah, it's kind of in there is like where all the pieces are, and frames down there, and then where are the wheels? Got one of the wheels hanging up there behind this. So yeah, this wheel's going for scrap. It's pretty, you know, that's at it. Might have it as a garden decoration. But yeah, I've got the new front wheel up there, and then the rear wheels hiding behind the rally winner. So yeah, Neil, let me know how you get on with that. Yeah, the Facebook group. I don't know if you're on there, Neil. The Rally Roadster Owners Club on Facebook, Rally Superb Owners Club group is amazing. There's also a Vintage Rally Bicycles Facebook group. Loads of great information. There's a guy on there called I think it's another Neil actually. He's got all the frame numbers and everything for all of the rallies. So he he can date anything to almost to the season of of production. So that's how I've found out that mystery bike I've got is a late 1950 bike and not whatever it said it was on the front hub, which was like much later. So yeah, so they're really good. Really good groups. So yeah, so so that's it for questions so far, unless anyone's got any more in the chat. I'll just give it a minute if anyone's got anything else. Oh, it's quite warm in here. So this is the my workshop is basically the old outhouse. That's been converted. The previous owners turned it into kind of a utility room for like a washing machine and stuff. And I've fitted it out with with shelves and stuff. So I've just recently, so you wouldn't see this in previous videos, but built all this. Got this shelving kit from Aldi. I'm sure others are available, and that's helped tidy that up for the various bits and pieces around, kind of reducing the clutter on the workspace, because yeah, it's still at a bit of a space premium in here. So yeah, so thank you everyone for joining me today. As I said, if you've got any comments and questions, feel free to stick them in the comments section on the video. Check out my Facebook page on facebook.com/Richard's Rides and Restorations. Check out my Instagram. Again, I'll put a link in the description to that, which is again just Instagram/Richard's Rides and Restorations. Sensing a theme here. And yeah, so and until next time, hope you all stay safe, enjoy riding your bikes, and yeah, bye for now.